one application here, create new project, and which application? This one, that model view controller. And then go with the next. Just give the application name as Web API consuming. So now we are consuming this APIs. Consuming means what? Calling, we are just like calling that APIs into this application. So now we'll just like try to integrate two applications with each other. The two different applications are there, this and that Web API wala application. So we'll integrate that. See, in our like a Web API files, like we already have like all the files that is application DB context and everything we have. So we are not creating anything here. Like we will create only the model and controller file. That's only. And views, where we are returning our data, So for like fetching our data, like we will hit our the get all users wala API, from the API file, and that all the data we will return inside this application. Correct, So like we already have like one API, the get API wala methods. So what we'll do, like we will create one model here, add new item. Just I will give the like model name as product. But again, see, in this model I don't know like what columns name like we have to write over there in this model. So what I will do, like where I will launch this application, this one API wala. So what was the URL there? API and then controller, So here you can fetch like all the products. So what I will do, I will just like copy this record forward. Like I'm just like taking this column name. So I'm not going to create the manual column, that all the columns, whatever the columns are there. So what I'm doing here, like I will just like copy this, Control C, just so like come to this model, and here see like just put your cursor here and come into the edit. So in the edit you can see one option is there, that is paste special, that is paste JSON as classes. Just click on this, so you can see we got all the columns. So now we don't want this, we already have the class, that's it. Understood this? So this is for what? Also like you can create the manual model, but again see like if sometime if you're getting like the maximum column, then what we can do, just like do the copy paste only. The price data type is what? Double, So here like you can see the price, it is in integer, so that's why it consider the integer. Then next what we'll do, we'll directly come to the controller file, add controller, this one, that's sample MVC controller now, and I will give the controller name as products controller. That's it. So in the index view, I just wanted to retrieve all the records from this API. This record, like see like which API we need to like hit over there, this one. So once I hit this API, so that all the products will get like fetched into this index wala views. So how to hit that API is now. Correct. So again, like we don't have the like index section now. So like how to create it? Add view, Razor view. Add it. So everyone know like how to display the record in the view. So first like what we'll do, like first we'll import the model, model, what we want, list of product na, and then here I will take the table. So from the bootstrap I will take the table. Let's say this one, correct. And where we need to change this over there, remove it, and here we want heading what, ID, name, first understand data, and then we have one price. So here we want now for each loop na, at the rate for each var in model. Just put this tr inside the for each, correct na, and here we will retrieve the records d dot id at the d dot name, and one more, that is, that's it. But again, see, we don't have the backend code na here. How we are retrieving this? If I'm trying to run this code, then it will gives me error. What kind of error it will come? What error it will get? There is no object references set na, because we are not returning anything. Here you can see in the controller file we are not returning anything here, but we have the the front end code only na, in the views file. So now I will come to the main backend code here, like what we want here, how we are hitting the APIs from the external file, correct. So everyone just do one thing. Yes, all of you understood this part. First up, and tell me why I'm using this HTTP client. This is for the hitting your APIs na. So with the help of that, yes, we are fetching the APIs from that like files application, and this is for what? This is for like URL na, from which URL, from which APIs like we are fetching it, correct. And this 2 lines, it is for what? For the SSL certificates only. Okay, it will give some problems na, and the two values, 2 objects we have initialized, which is come inside this. And now I'm using this class, that is HTTP response message na. See, what is the use of HTTP response message? It will just like try to fetch the action method from your web APIs. So which it will just fetch your action method from your web APIs. Action method means which action method. So now we are calling which action method here now? Just tell me. This na, get all products, correct. But I'm not calling to this method. Once I call this one API na, that HTTP get. So this all the actions method, it will get like execute now for this APIs, correct. So how to get this one thing now? So see, it is HTTP response message. I'll just pass the message object name dot what we need to pass. So I'm using this client now to get the hit the APIs. So I'll use this object name, that is client. See, here it is giving me the suggestions now here, that is get async. So get async, it is a method. Here we are hitting which APIs? That HTTP get wala APIs, this one. So for posting for this method, we will require which method here? Instead of get, we will use the post async. Okay, that are the like predefined methods in the consuming methods. So get async, it will just like call with the HTTP get methods now, and it will check with the parameters. Now I'm passing only the URL na, this URL only. So when I'm passing this URL, it means now we are fetching this all the product na, see, with the help of this URL. So that product now I just wanted to fetch it, correct na. So that's why I'm using the same URL. And then now next what we'll do, so result, it is a like predefined, whatever the result it will generate, so it will store inside the response. So now see, like here the entire result it will generate in the like JSON format na. But in which format like we are looking this data? But view can accept only the object data na, that list of object we want. In the view like we are displaying it na, but for displaying like we want the object na. So now how to convert this JSON data into the object? It is JSON data now na, like whatever data we are getting. We can't return the JSON data in the form of view. So again it will display the same thing, this one thing na here. Now we need to display the data into form of your table. Correct? So now we want the view na. So see, like here I'm putting one condition. How to check if the response is getting success or not? By using this line, see, the response dot is success status code. So it will return the 200 wala status code, that okay wala return methods. So if it is like return success na, then it will come inside this na. If you are getting the response from this, then it will come inside the if. And now what we will try, like we will try to just like read this data now. Right now I don't know like what data we are getting from this like API. Correct na? Now we hit this API here, but again I don't know like what data we are getting from this. So how we are going to read this data now? So for that I will use one string data type. Let's say data, and what we'll use here then to reading it, which data we are going to read it, that response na. See, response dot content. Content means what, like what content we are getting na from that like APIs. That API it will like fetch the content, and dot which method it is provided over there, read as string na, string async. So whatever the result we are getting na, so it will read that result in a form of string. But now we are not looking for like string data na, again it's just like reading this data. So now how to convert this data into form of object? We want the object. So see, like for that we will use one, we need to convert our JSON data into form of objects na. So how to convert that? So do you remember that like two methods, that is serialize and deserialize method in the file handling? So the serialize method we are using for what? Object to byte, yeah, byte to object. Object to byte na. And deserialize method it is used for byte to object. Now just consider this is the data you are getting in the form of your byte. So how you are going to convert this data into the object? By using the deserialize object. But for that again we required the one class that is named as the JSON convert. Okay, so JSON convert, it is a one of the class which will helps to convert the data from byte to or like to JSON to like object na, in the object formats. So I'm using, see, like check with this package that which namespace you are using, newtonsoft.json. Don't use any package over there. So we need to use this one namespace only. Again you will not get this namespace, so again like what we need to do here, just install the package. So which package you want? This one, see, newtonsoft.json. This one na. So once we install this, okay, so here also it will provide the like hint to install it. Okay, so just do one thing, I just remove this. So from the tools, see, if you not install this na, just uninstall this. Again here it will show the like the suggestions also na in this. Just use the suggestions to like import this. What was the package name? JSON convert. This one na, that which library we are using this. See, still I have not installed this library now, but it's showing the suggestions to install the library, that newton.json na. It providing this class. Just do the enter, so like we will import this class namespace over there, that is newtonsoft.json, and then dot, we are using this one method, that is deserialize this object. Correct na? byte to object. So now we are converting this data, that is string object, into the object format na. But here what data we want, like what data we are looking, list of data na, list of products. So here I will write directly list of product na. So product is my model, and here we required one bracket. So this bracket is for what? Here I will pass my data, this data I am going to convert na. So now this data will getting converted into list of product, and the whatever data I am getting na, so that data I will store into the one variable. Understood this? See like what I am doing. So the first step is what, like we are just like hitting the API na, that get all users wala APIs. So after that we need to read that data, and after getting this data we need to convert into the object formats. So how we are converting into object format? By using this deserialize objects, correct? So what we want, we are just like looking for the list of product na, we don't have only the single products here, correct? And then we are just like stored into the variable. So now can we return this data into the view formats? But again see, the variable, it is my local variable na. So again we need to check if whether the data is getting or not in this D. So how to check it? If D dot not null na, then what I will do, I will just create one empty list. Empty list for what? Like where I can store like all the products na, whatever products I am getting. So what I need to create over the list of product na, this one. So if my D's value is not null, then can I write this, the products is equals to D na. So getting the list of object na in the form of D. So I'm just storing this D data into the products. So now that products was empty na. So in that product now I will get this list of products here. Yes, understood this? And that product I just need to return inside the view na, to return to display this. So where will write this? Here in this. That's it. Now I'll try to run this application. Here we are using the controller name is products. Yes.
So here we are assuming byte has a JSON or string data.
JSON.
So we are here.
Now we are getting the objects.
So we are converting byte into
Object.
So we are deserializing this.
Yes, we are deserializing this.
But here we are assuming byte has string data or JSON, directly JSON.
It's a JSON data. Just consider it is your JSON data. So when we are like hitting our API, so we are getting the JSON only na. We are fetching the JSON data from this APIs. So this is your JSON data. So it will be forming like byte only, that is XML format na, that is key and value pair. And that data I am just like converting into the object, the list of products.
So here we're just getting a JSON data.
Yes. Here it will like here you will get the data, and here I am reading the data. Correct na? So after we getting the data, we are just converting into the object to read it. And now we'll run this application. See. See, here we are getting the error, which the one or more error occurred na, SSL connection, that SSL certificate na, we had not passed here. So what we'll do, our like SSL connection, this one na, client handler, this object will pass inside this. And now run this. Got the data here. So again, like I'll just like try to put some like data into this API. Here it is my API na, we have post API is also there. Try it out. We don't want ID na here. So let's put one more data. Let's say the chicken category, price, price, how much? Done, it's added successfully. So can we refresh this page? Are you getting this? See, we are connecting two applications now with each other by hitting this APIs. So now it is one of the API where we are like hitting our GET APIs, na? So how to hit your POST APIs? Here we require one form, na, where I can insert the data for adding the new products. So again, I will not create the functionality for this one. I already have like the functionality for this, where it is this, that is posting the APIs. This API we will use for posting our data, for inserting the data. So what we'll do then, just tell me. For posting one, public, let's say create one action result, add, it can be anything, it doesn't matter with this, but again we want this view, we require one parameter, product P, let's say, and here we will pass HTTP post or get. First we want the view, where I can see the form. So here it will return only the view, empty view only. So just create the view for the add product. See, here I will create first like view, that empty view only. But again we need to create the form for this. So I'm not going to create the form. So again just use the scaffold. So I just remove this view. I don't want this view. From which controller? From this product. Delete this. Correct. So just add this view. Right click. Razor view, and then here just select your template. Which template we want? Create, and here we need to select our model. Product, add it. Scaffolding. So now everyone know like how to create the forms by using that ASP for like binding properties and all. It is created one. Again in the form, like we required one method is equals to post, and then now come to the backend. Yes, we don't want the ID. Just remove this div. Correct. So again we'll create one more action, that is for the posting, public. We'll pass one parameter, that is product, and here we'll pass which HTTP post. Now tell me the code. How we are hitting this API, that posting wala API is now we want, Yes. So again we don't have the like DB or whatever we want. See again, now whatever the data we are getting, the data we are getting in the form of object, but when we are hitting the API that's sending the posting wala APIs, the data it will be there in the form of JSON. So now like we need to convert this object into the JSON. So here we will use the serialize, so we will use the JSON convert dot serialize object. So which object we are passing here? P, na? And then let's say it is my data, let's say. Correct. So what we are doing here now we are just like converting that object into the JSON format. Correct, na? So now it will you will get the data in the form of JSON, and then next step will be what? We are hitting the API. So for hitting the API, we need that HTTP response message class. Correct, na? Say same this class we will use, na, the for hitting this. But again, see, like one more thing, when we are sending our data na for this HTTP response message class, so that time what it is saying, when we are posting some data or like when we are inserting some data na, so that time it's needed some like formatted wala data, formatted text. So how we will get the like formatted text? So whatever data I'm passing from your using form na, so in the form like I will get like any data over there. So how we are going to like format this like data? So first we need to format this data and then we will send this data to the APIs.
In proper format.
Yes, in proper formats, because without proper format the JSON will not accept that data. So how to format the data? So again just note down on concepts. String context class. String context. So what we want now? Here, na? So first what we will use now, which class we need to use? String content. Content. See, here we will use this object, that is content is equals to new string content, na? And in that I will pass my data. But like see here I need to pass like more two parameters. What it is asking over there? See, first parameter it is the string, na? This string data I am passing, and then encoding, and then it will asking for like the data in which format like we are passing the data. That is JSON format we are passing the data, na, here. So here I will pass the first it want the encoding, na. See, for the encoding we need one package, that is which one package? System.text, na, in this library it available. So first I will write this encoding. See here it's giving the red line, na? Just come for the here package, this one, na, using system.text. So encoding dot UTF-8 comma application or JSON, na? Do you remember this? In the Ajax format we had passed this. So now we are passing this JSON data, na, here, and then next, and now we will pass this content to the HTTP response message, na?
Yes.
Now generate this HTTP response message, and then what we'll do, response is equals to client, na? With using this object we are hitting the APIs. Client dot, so here I am not using the get, na, we are hitting the post wala APIs. So we will get the one method, that is post async. See, post async, and in that we will pass this URL and the content, na, So what about this content? Content means what data we are loading into that APIs. Correct na? We are posting some data. So in the previous one here, like we are not posting in data, we are just fetching it. Correct? But this API is like what we are doing, we have one parameter is there na in this API. See this one. The one parameter is there na, so that object we are passing that content. So from this object we will get that. See that content, it will send the like object na, so it will generate the result, and then what we need to check over there. I will check the response.is status code na. If it is success, then it will come inside this. To what it will do then? If it is getting the success status code, then just same data you can use na to display the message, and then return the redirect to action, on which view like it will get redirect index. Correct na? If it is not correct, if it is not getting failure result, then it will come inside this and it will return the same view na. Understood this? The main part is this one na, this part is like the hitting the like post wala APIs. So we'll try to add the data now, but again on the index page what we want now, we'll create one button, anchor tag, let's say the add product, and here we will add ASP controller. Which controller we are using, and we want the action add product na, this one. Correct, this action I'm passing into this index, and then for the button we will add one class na, class btn in for primary. Let's pass any class. That's it. Run the application. See here, like now we are getting the button. Just click on this. Correct na? Add product, so we will pass this product data. Let's say watch, category, price, click on the create, so it will hit which one APIs? That post wala na. It's added na. Understood this? This is about what to posting the APIs. So now we are hitting, just you can put our debugger also, like how the API is getting called over there. You can check it. See here I'm putting the debugger. Run it again. See here in the add product. Now I will add charger, category, just click on the create. Yes, here you can see in the product, like I'm getting the product details here. Correct na? What are the details I'm passing? Just push your debugger. So here we can see the data in the form of, it is the data in the form of JSON. Can you see this? In the curly braces format na? And we'll push this data. Just check your content. See, it is getting generated in the form of UTF na? See, it's getting converted into the byte code. Byte 61 na? Total 61 characters we are getting. Just pass it now. Is getting success. Then it will come inside this and it will return this action. See, now it's coming to the like product controller. So which action is getting called over there? This, na? Here it is added. Understood this?
Yes, sir.
This is for posting the APIs. If now we will just try to call the delete wala APIs. So it is one simple one, na? So like first we need to add the button. So where we will add the button? Yes, where we will add the button? In the index. So after the price we will add one action. And then here what we want, anchor tag, delete, na? Same you want the controller and action. And one class, button, small, danger. Controller name is products. ASP action is delete product. So right now we don't have this action, no? And one more, like we need to pass the ID also, that is ASP ID is equals to d dot ID. That's it. So again now will comes to the controller part here. So public action result, delete products. Now again we need to take the ID na with the help of parameters. Int ID. Here we will pass which request. Get, na? Here it is not post. Then now tell me here also, like we are calling which APIs? The delete wala APIs. How to hit like delete APIs? See again now you don't need to convert. Here we are not getting an object, na? So do we need to convert anything into this in the JSON or like object? We are not getting any objects here, na? We just need to fetch the ID and just delete that records only. Correct? How to do this? Just by using the HTTP response. HTTP response message. Response is equals to client, na? Client dot which API we will call? Delete async. But again there is no only the URL, na? We need to pass one ID. So in the URL, what URL we are getting till products, na, with the controller, and after the slash we have to pass the ID, that parameter. So can I add like plus concatenation and then we'll pass the ID, na? This ID we are going to delete this. So same. See, I'm not converting anything over there because we want only the ID, na? I'm not looking for anything data over there. So whatever the ID we are getting, na, so that ID like we need to pass in the like URL, na? So it will ask for the like URL and then ID, which ID you are going to delete over there in the parameter, na, in the URL.
You will just deleting the ID.
Yes, this getting the data only. That's it only. So then we have to check the condition, na, here what. If the response dot is successful status, then it will return redirect to action, na? On which action? On which action? Same, na? Index. Otherwise if it is failure, then it will come inside this and it will return the view. Just run it again. See, for deleting this, Just try to delete these records. Data is getting deleted over there from these records. Understood this? What about the edit? See, but for the edit, when we click on the edit, so like we need to display the form, na? Which record we are going to edit over there. So which API will call over there then? Put will be for the update one, na? First we need to check that data, na? Which record we are updating one. See, first like we will add this anchor tag one. This is for what? Edit button, na? See this here. So now like one more button, that is edit. Correct. Success. ID, and here like we'll pass the action edit, no? That's it. Now like just come to the action. Public action result, edit product. So what we are doing first, like we are just like fetching the record, no, only by using the ID. So see, like we have like one more API is there, na? Get product by ID in this APIs. Here. Yes. Understand this? Here like we are retrieving all the products, correct, na? But now I don't want all the products. I want only the specific products, na, from this. So which API will use? This one? Search by ID, correct, na? So like once user will click on the like edit button, then this API will be hit over there. So it wants the ID, na? And based on this ID it will find the product and it will give that records, correct? So what code we need to write over the inside this? Just tell me. How we are fetching this? But again the data we are getting into the JSON format. Again we need to convert into the object. So we already have like code now for getting the data. This one. So can I take this same data here? Just take same copy of this data. So what we do need to change is into this. So with the URL I am fetching with ID, na? Because I want only the specific data. I am not going for like all the data, na? So then which API will get like hit over there then? This one, na? Search by ID. Because here I am asking for the ID. If I am not passing ID, then it will come inside this for getting all the products, correct, na? So now I want only with the ID based, and here, so if suppose if I am clicking on the edit button, then it will fetch only one record or like multiple records? One, na? Single records. So do we want list of products or like we want only the single products? So just remove it, na? I'm not looking for the like list of product now. I want only the single product. Understood this?
Yes.
But again we will create one object now for the product. So I don't want the list of product now. I want only the single product. Product P is equals to new product, and then what we'll do? P is equals to D, na? So in this single product, what I'm storing in this one, so whatever the JSON data we are getting, na, that object data. So we are storing into this, and after this we need to return the view, na, view of P. Yes, understood this or not? Same method is there, only I am fetching only the single product here instead of multiple products. So I don't want the list of products. So like single product I can store inside the like only the one product now. So here I am creating the object for the product. So we need to create the action now for this edit product. Right click on this, add view, then same, let's go for like scaffold options. Which template like we'll select? Edit, na? And which model we have to select? product, add it. Yes. So let's test it now, na, that data whether it is working or not. So data should be get na, now like once we click on the edit button. See here it is like edit button, just click on this edit button. Yes, understood this, but it will not work na, that save wala. So for the save, like which method like will work over there? Post na, post, or like the we have the like put method is there na, it should be put. So the put wala API will call here. So what we'll do here now, then just tell me. So here on the form, pass the method post, and then come inside this na, the controller file. Again we'll create the public action result, same edit product, and here we'll pass the object na. Yes, and then here which method we have to pass, that HTTP post na, it is not API, the API is already there na in that application. So can we take the code of your post wala data, this one na. So tell me the some changes, what changes we required over there. What changes we required? Anything do we need to change in this? See, for the put it requires what? ID na, I think so. Just check this API. Here it is my put API na, this one update wala. So for the put it required one ID parameters there, like, so how to pass this ID now? Yes, Vinay, how to pass this ID? So for the put method I want this ID na. So what we'll do in this, so this data it will just like going with this API na, that is put API, but again in the put like we want the ID also na, so like plus what will pass, so from the P dot we want the ID na, correct. So which ID we are going to update over there. So from the product, like I want the ID, but here not no, like here not now I'm passing na, where I'm passing here in this URL na, here we are hitting the API, but here we don't have the like post wala UI, which API like we are hitting over there, put dot put async, and with the URL plus P dot ID, correct na. So like the URL it will take one the product wala object, and it will take the ID, the parameters, and then it will redirect on the index page na. If it is not success, then it will return the yeah, understood this. See, only the use of this, only see HTTP response message where we are like hitting the APIs. Just now try to run this, whether it is working or not. See here, if you click on the edit button, then it will hit the search by ID wala API is na here. But again we need to make this like read only that ID. So here what we'll do, we'll change the price. Just save this. It is your put API, HTTP put. Understood this? So it is about what?